This is DD India and you're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. On the second day of his Gujarat visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a roadshow in Gandhinagar. He was warmly welcomed by people. Prime Minister Modi participated in the celebration of 20 years of Gujarat urban growth story. During the event, Prime Minister launched Urban Development Year 2025. The event aims to outline the next phase of Gujarat's urban strategy, reinforcing the state's reputation as a leader in urban planning and infrastructure innovation. Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for multiple projects related to urban development, health and water supply. He dedicated over 22,000 dwelling units under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Prime Minister Modi also released funds of 3,300 crore rupees to urban local bodies in Gujarat under the Swarnim Jayanti Mukhyamantri Shahri Vikas Yojana. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Narendra Modi commended India's jump from 11th position to becoming the world's 4th largest economy. Prime Minister Modi said that during partition, Pakistan annexed a part of Kashmir with the help of terrorists. He said that if Sardar Patel's advice to kill those terrorists had been accepted, then the series of terror activities in India would have stopped. President Draupadi Murmu presented Padma Awards 2025 at the second civil investiture ceremony for this year's Padma Awards at Rashtrapati Bhavan. The President conferred Padma Bhushan on Dr. Shobhana Chandrakumar Pillai in the field of arts, and Dr. Sharda Sinha posthumous was conferred Padma Vibhushan in the field of art. Home Minister Amit Shah, along with Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, participated in the 150th anniversary celebrations of the historic Sri Lakshmi Narayan Temple in Madhav Bagh, Mumbai. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has approved the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft Programme Execution Model. The model aims to enhance India's indigenous defence capabilities and foster a robust domestic aerospace industrial ecosystem. In a statement, Defence Ministry said that the execution model approach provides equal opportunities to both private and public sectors on a competitive basis. As part of India's global outreach on Operation Sindoor, the delegation led by JDU MP Sanjay Kumar Jha called on Senior Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and Home Affairs of Singapore, Sim Ann. The delegation members briefed Singaporean interlocutors on the developments since the Pahalgam terror attack, Operation Sindoor, and India's new normal in combating terrorism. All-party delegation led by DMK MP Kanimuri Karunanidhi met President of the National Council, Mark Lottridge, at the National Assembly. The all-party delegation led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor interacted with prominent members of the business community in Guyana. During their visit, the all-party delegation participated in the signing of the National Assembly's book in the Parliament of Guyana. After concluding its Bahrain visit, the all-party delegation led by B.J. Panda arrived in Kuwait as part of a diplomatic mission to reinforce India's zero-tolerance stance on terrorism. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri will visit the US on Tuesday as a follow-up to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's trip to Washington in February, when both sides had launched the India-US Compact. The government has restored benefits under the Remission of Duties and Taxes on Exported Products scheme for exports made by advance authorization holders, export-oriented units and units in special economic zones. 18 Nakshals, including 4 Nakshals of Battalion No. 1 active in South Bastar, surrendered in Chhattisgarh's Sukma, SP Kiran G. Chavan said. Indian indices ended lower on Tuesday. At the close, Sensex tumbled 625 points to settle at 81,552. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange dropped 175 points to end at 24,826. At the forex market, the Indian rupee fell 24 paise to settle at 85 rupees 34 paise against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on June 5th were priced at 95,100 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for July 4th maturity stood at 97,200 rupees per kilo on the MCX. A 4% yearly increase in retail sales was reported in April compared to the same month in 2024, the Retailers Association of India said based on its survey. Britain will spend a record £3 billion to boost training opportunities, the government said, as part of a broader strategy to train locals to fill gaps in the labour market and reduce reliance on foreign workers. Sales of Tesla cars slumped by more than half in the European Union in April, while Chinese electric car makers saw their market shares surge, the continent's manufacturing association said. Japan has lost its position as the world's top creditor after 34 years, falling behind Germany, even though its net external assets hit a record high last year, officials said on Sunday. Argentina has announced a $1 billion 5-year bond aimed at international investors who will pay in US dollars and receive Argentine pesos in return as the country seeks to boost its foreign reserves. India's Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat addressed the BRICS Culture Ministers meeting in Brazil, emphasizing India's commitment to culture cooperation based on justice, innovation and heritage. In his keynote address, the minister highlighted the creative economy as a strategic interface between culture, innovation and commerce. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday vowed to bring back all hostages held in Gaza, living and dead, as a new truce deal is proposed. Speaking in the official state ceremony marking 58 years since the 1967 war at the Ammunition Hill, Netanyahu said if Israel doesn't achieve to bring the hostages back today, it will do it tomorrow. Netanyahu stated that Israel is open to a temporary ceasefire only if it leads to the release of all hostages. A US-supported organization responsible for delivering aid to Gaza announced that it began its efforts on Monday, delivering truckloads of food to secure its distribution sites. With severe food shortages caused by an almost 3-month blockade, Washington claimed that it is trying to re-establish a ceasefire more than 19 months into the conflict, though little progress has been made. Tensions surged on Ukraine's northern front as Russian forces captured 4 villages in Sumy region, according to the governor of Ukraine's Sumy area. The move aimed at establishing a buffer zone inside Ukrainian territory, which marks a new escalation along the border with Russia's Kursk region. Russian President Vladimir Putin met Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan at Kremlin on Monday. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov was also present. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov on Monday warned that any European move to provide Ukraine with long-range missile capabilities would mark a dangerous escalation in the conflict. The statement followed German Chancellor Friedrich Merz's remarks suggesting no range restrictions on weapons sent to Kiev, though Berlin later clarified this did not signal a policy shift. At the second ASEAN GCC summit, the Gulf Cooperation Council is expecting a $180 billion trade with ASEAN nations. This comes amid economically volatile global conditions and the threat of USA's trade tariffs. The Crown Prince of Kuwait on Tuesday highlighted the importance of strategic partnerships in areas of food security and digital economy. North Korea has slammed US President Donald Trump's Golden Dome missile shield plan as a very dangerous threat that aims to weaponize space. A car crashed into a crowd of Liverpool fans celebrating the team's Premier League title win, injuring at least 27 people. At least 27 football fans were hospitalized, including 2 who were seriously injured after a dark-colored vehicle swerved through the huge crowds, hitting people in its path. 4 children were among those injured. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned the incident in Liverpool, calling the scenes appalling. Georgian authorities arrested an ex-aide to Georgia's most powerful man who fled the country earlier this year while on trial on charges of embezzling cryptocurrency worth over $800 million from his former boss. In Bangladesh, the Supreme Court on Tuesday acquitted Jamaat-e-Islami leader ATM Azrarul Islam in a case over crimes against humanity during the 1971 Liberation War. We're heading for a short break. We'll be back with Express News in just a bit. Stay tuned to DD India.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Let's resume. The India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for heavy rainfall across India's west and south coasts, including Maharashtra, Goa, coastal Karnataka and parts of Kerala. India's Weather Office issued an orange alert for Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and others, forecasting moderate to heavy rainfall. Mumbai has been downgraded to a yellow alert as rainfall has subsided. As per the IMD, isolated heavy rainfall is likely in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Manipur until June 1st. The IMD has also issued a yellow alert for several areas in Assam. The India Meteorological Department has forecast a chance of very heavy rainfall on Tuesday over Coimbatore and the Nilgiris district in Tamil Nadu. Hail and severe thunderstorms hit parts of Oklahoma, US, and a tornado warning was also issued by authorities, local media reported. Chilean authorities announced plans to deploy security forces and humanitarian aid in Puerto Varas following a tornado that caused significant damage over the weekend. Chileans told local television crews that the tornado was a swift and powerful gust of wind that broke windows and doors and blew off roofs. President Gabriel Boric also visited the area affected by a tornado that struck the south of the country on Sunday. The phenomena, classified as F1, was caused by the instability generated by a cold frontal system. Melbourne-based Sikh charity group Sikh Volunteers Australia travelled nearly 1,200 kilometres to the flood-hit town of Taree to prepare and provide hot meals for the flood-affected residents. At their peak, the floods in Tari isolated around 50,000 people, submerging intersections and street signs in mid-north coast towns and covering cars up to their windshields. Hundreds of thrill seekers descended on Cooper Hills in Gloucestershire for the annual cheese rolling contest, a traditional British competition in which participants hurl themselves down a 180-meter hill to chase a rolling cheese wheel. The event, which dates back to 19th century, saw German YouTuber Tom Kopke emerge the overall winner for the second year in a row. King Friedrich of Denmark greeted well-wishers from the balcony of the Royal Palace in Copenhagen to celebrate his 57th birthday. On Greece's Alinos Island, volunteer divers are cleaning up the sea by removing plastic bottles, old tires and chains to protect marine life. Alinos is known for its clear waters and is home to Europe's largest protected marine park. This cleanup, partly paid by the EU, is a part of a bigger effort to stop pollution. Greece plans to create 2 more marine parks and will protect 30% of its waters by 2030. Elena Babies, a company founded in 2007, has become a reference in the production of handmade hyper-realistic baby dolls, also known as reborn dolls in Brazil. Each reborn doll is handcrafted by specialized artists to achieve a level of realism that mimics the weight and appearance of a human infant. Their use ranges from personal collection to grief therapy. Breeding sites for the majestic lesser flamingo in Africa are now down to just 3. Years of raw sewage spilling into Camphor's Dam have rendered the water so toxic that the long-necked birds have abandoned it. Lesser flamingos are considered near threatened rather than endangered. There are 2.3 million remaining, with 4/5 of them spread across Africa and the rest in a smaller area of South Asia. Inside her Mexico City apartment, 75-year-old Katia Latoff runs a hummingbird sanctuary from her bedroom. Since 2012, she has rescued and released up to 300 birds annually. Latouf accepts hummingbirds into her sanctuary, which are brought to her by people who find them injured on the street. She first treats the birds and then releases them back into the wild. With the traditional dances, rodeos, bonfires, Mexicans celebrate the cowboy culture in the village of La Mission. The 2-day festival honors the area's rich blend of cultures throughout history. Israelis thronged the streets of Jerusalem's old city, waving flags and dancing to mark Jerusalem Day. The celebrations commemorate Israeli forces capturing East Jerusalem during the 1967 Arab-Israeli War. In Vietnam, medical technology is giving healthcare a powerful upgrade. AI-powered assistants are now helping people understand symptoms and book appointments with ease. The project includes a groundbreaking device that allows patients to communicate simply by moving their eyes. It also features delicate procedures performed with incredible precision, helping patients heal more quickly. Star power surged at the American Music Awards in Las Vegas as stars posed for photographers on the purple carpet on Monday, with Jennifer Lopez hosting the award show for the first time in 10 years. Pop icon Janet Jackson was presented with the Icon Award, and rock legend Rod Stewart received Lifetime Achievement Award at the American Music Awards. Billie Eilish swept 7 awards in major nominated categories. Beyoncé and Eminem walked away with 2 trophies. Gracie Abrams wins New Artist of the Year award. BTS's RM won Favorite K-pop Artist at the American Music Awards. Kendrick Lamar earned an award for Favorite Hip-Hop Song. with Not Like Us and The Weeknd winning Best R&B Album. Among other major winners, SZA wins Favorite Female R&B Artist Award. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars shared trophies for Collaboration of the Year. Bruno Mars also won Favorite Male Pop Artist. Martial arts fans are in for a treat as iconic stars Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio star in the new film Karate Kid Legends, which is set to release this Friday. Lilo and Stitch opens to its highest Memorial Day weekend opening ever, surpassing Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible box office collection with $145.5 million over the weekend. Oscar-winning director Marcel Offals, best known for his project The Sorrow and the Pity, passed away at the age of 97. The Kashmiri Kannada feature film's trailer Harmukh was unveiled in Srinagar on Monday. The trailer and songs of the film successfully merged Kashmiri and Kannada languages. The release date of Siddhant Chaturvedi and Tripti Dimri's Dhadak 2 has been announced. The film is set to hit the theatres on August 1st this year. On to sports news now. Indian Grandmaster Arjun Ergyasi will face world champion D. Gukesh in the second round of the Norway chess tournament in Stavanger on Tuesday. World number 1 Magnus Carlsen is pitted against Hikaru Nakamura of the United States in the second round of the Norway chess tournament in Stavanger on Tuesday. Indian Grandmaster Vaishali Ramesh Babu will take on Lie Ting Jie of China in the second round of women's category on Tuesday. Two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu eased into the second round of the Singapore Badminton Open with a straight game victory over Canada's Wen Yu Zhang on Tuesday. In men's singles, HS Pranoy got the better of Denmark's Gemke 19-21, 21-16, 21-14 to enter the round of 16 at the Singapore Badminton Open. India's Gulveer Singh clinched gold in the men's 10,000 meter race at the Asian Athletics Championship in Gumi city of South Korea on Tuesday. Servin Sebastian won a bronze medal for India in the 20-kilometer race walk at the Asian Athletics Championships on Tuesday. Royal Challengers Bengaluru take on Lucknow Super Giants in the last league stage match of the Indian Premier League 2025 on Tuesday. Cricket West Indies will honour the 1975 World Cup winning team on 22nd of June in Barbados. The Clive Lloyd-led squad won the inaugural edition on 21st June 1975. Dominant England women's cricket team completed a 3-0 clean sweep over the West Indies in the T20 International Series. Title contender Mira Andreeva eased into the French Open second round with a 6-4, 6-3 victory over Spain's Cristina Buxa on Tuesday. New coach Carlo Ancelotti has ruled injury-plagued Neymar out of Brazil's lineup for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Ancelotti will cut his teeth on June 5th against Ecuador, and then on the 10th they will host Paraguay in Sao Paulo. Al Ittihad have been crowned the Saudi Pro League champions after their final game of the season ended in a 1-0 win over Damak. And England women's goalkeeper Mary Arps announced her retirement from international soccer with immediate effect from Tuesday. So that's it in this edition of Express News. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.